Hello and welcome to a different kind of video to one that I've done normally. This isn't a game review or anything, it's more of an impressions video. I can't really say first impressions video because I'm actually covering a game that I played probably originally about 20 something years ago. This is Alleykat. And I'm playing this on the Commodore 64 Plug and Play. What that is, for those of you who don't know, is essentially a joystick with probably about 15-20 Commodore 64 games on it. It's a pretty nifty device. The joystick's fairly good, and it's got a pretty good selection of games on there. Some of them are classics, some of them I've never heard of, but that tends to go par for the course when you're talking about these type of game collection things. So anyway, this is Alleykat. I'm not really too sure what the hell this game's supposed to be. I don't know whether it's a racing game or whether it's a vertically scrolling shooter or whether it's both. I'm guessing both. The objective just seems to be to earn enough gold to get to the next race, event, level, whatever. This is done, I think, by going over these things that have a G on them and also blowing up some bad guys as well. I remember getting this game originally, believe it or not, from a newsagent's. It was either a newsagent's or a sweet shop. It was one or the other. Back in the 80s, everywhere sold video games. Petrol stations used to sell them. Video rental stores used to sell them. They didn't rent them out back then, they actually sold them. And you could pick up, I think I picked this up for about £1.99, which probably equates to about $3.50. And this was back in the day when games were cheap to buy. There was none of this £40 nonsense for video games. They were cheap, they were cheerful, they were bloody hard, and in a lot of cases they were quite original as well, because it was back then and multiple genres of games hadn't really been created. They were being created at the time, should I say. It was sort of the pioneering age, and this was one of those games, I guess, that was quite original. It was developed by Andrew Braybook, who was probably more famous for doing Iridium, which is also on this joystick thing. And I'll be having a look at that in one of my later first impressions or impressions video, whatever. And it very much has his style. It very much has his style of graphically and presentation wise. The ship can morph into a different shape. In Iridium you could fly sideways. It's easier when you have a look at the video of Iridium. Anyway, I'm waffling, I'm going off track here. Yeah, it's a pretty good game. I like playing it. It responds well to the... Oh god, there I go, crashing. It responds well to the joystick. Sorry, not joypad, which is always a good thing. Because you're pretty knackered with these plug and play ones. If you get one with a bit of a duff joystick, that's it. You can't swap the joystick out, and you'd have to take it back. And they're a bit harder to get hold of these days than they once were. So if you're going to buy one of these things, if you were going to get one of these things off eBay, for example, I'd be very, very careful to make sure that it is in full working order, because if the joystick is faulty, and like any joystick, they can go faulty. I mean, essentially, that's all the Commodore 64 Plug and Play is a joystick with the games built into it. You're going to be fairly screwed when it comes to playing the games. But yeah, I quite like this Alleykat. It's like most retro games, it's a lot tougher than I remember. I don't know why I have it in my mind that I was fantastic at all the games that I owned and played. I'm pretty sure that I wasn't. I'm pretty sure that I was as equally rubbish back then as I am at the moment. Oh god, it looks like I'm about to crash again fairly soon, I would think. Yeah, there we go, just shy of the finish line. If there's any justice in the world, they'll say that I've finished the race there. Oh, well, I'm still going, that's a benefit, that's a good thing. So, yeah. The one thing I noticed as well, which was kind of weird, I use video capture to record this video. Now, through my laptop, the sound sounded okay through the capture device. But when I've actually downloaded this onto my computer, my iMac, in order to do this voiceover and to record and to upload it, I've noticed that the sound is a bit knackered, so I might go with the old method of pointing the camera at the screen to try to do the others, but I'm hoping that it won't be too much of a distraction. So anyway, yeah, Alleykat, it's a good game, and if you can get hold of it, then give it a whirl. Thanks for watching.